Hello all. So in this video, we will see about adaptive picker in digital sales. Okay, so in uh, the simplified UI, we have dynamic choice lists, right? So when we click on any of the record, so we need some DCLs to refer some other object records. Example, in account, we have the associated account, right? So uh, this will be configured in this dynamic choice list will be configured in digital sales using concept of adaptive picker. Okay, so for that, so we need a DCL field created in application composer, and then uh, uh, we can start building the adaptive picker in visual builder. So now let's create or use the field available in application composer. So we will create a new field um, within contact for partner. So in this case, I have already created a partner field with relation to partner object. So now we'll just check that, and so we will call it as primary partner. Okay, and I'm still in the sandbox. I haven't published this field. Uh, so include in service payload must be there so that it will reflect in the digital sales. So we have selected object as partner and list selection display value as name. Okay, and then we clicked on the submit. So we haven't given any predefined filter here, so that so all records that this user has access will get displayed in the list. So now part one is over. So now the second part is we need to go to the digital sales page, and then uh, editing the page or adding that the adaptive picker. So so we can navigate from edit in visual builder link, or we can go to the pages, and then uh, we can go from this navigation also. So now I'm going to contacts, then clicking on contact update layout, and then I'll be duplicating the detail layout, and I'll open this layout. Note we have linked this sandbox. We have activated this sandbox to this workspace called digital sales 001. So whatever changes, whatever metadata changes we have done in this sandbox will get synced to this workspace. So now if I search here, I'll see a field called primary partner ID and primary partner underscore C. So to configure adaptive picker, so we need to work with the ID field. So select this. And we'll move to top. Okay. And now uh, Now if we just now if we just preview, we see a normal field. Okay, so we need to modify this template now. Okay, so we have just added these two fields to the layout, and we could see a simple dynamic choice, right? So we don't see much options with the delivered if we just add whatever field we have. So we need to change the look and feel, and we need to include some additional features or uh, additional fields to simplify or uh, to give the best search, right? To select the right records. Okay, for that we need to modify this layout. So now we'll work with ID field, and okay, moving to top. Okay. So if we compare the account field, right? So we could see the account name and then some related address or contact names. So we can also bring other fields for primary address, other fields for primary contact to here. But it is recommended we always give some less number of fields uh, uh, to view uh, to give the best look and feel, and also for the performance point of view. Okay. So if we compare with this standard one, right? So what we can see is this just gives the name of names, means partner names. Just it gives that, and here we could see the smart lists. Okay, these smart lists are configured in our workspace application. Whatever we have access to this object, so all these actions will get displayed here. And also we can see a new action called uh, mm, to create a new record to this particular object. Okay. So now to change, we go to the field, and then uh, in VBS we to modify any of the field behavior. So we need to use the templates, right? So we click on create. So we'll create a new template, partner template. So now the template is created. It's an empty template. Uh, yeah. So if we just uh, create, so it will just inside this default OJ input text field. So we need to modify this. So under components, so let's wait a few seconds to load this or refresh. Okay, so it's still loading, so no issues. So we go to code mode or to view the backend code for this template. And if we go to design, it should come the other the visual drag and drop components to this view. And in live mode, we can see the actual result. Okay. So now under components, we need to search for adaptive picker. Okay, so it is not visible. So we should add a common component so that we get this adaptive picker component here. So for that, we go to exchange, search exchange. So it navigates to this. Uh, Here we can search for common. So to add the adaptive picker, we need some dependencies. So this dependency is available in this tab just before the data. Uh, so this is the components, and this is the dependencies. Okay, so here we should add common application composer components. So this component we need to add. So it takes few seconds, and then now so search under components here the adaptive picker. Okay. So if not, just refresh and try to see. Now if we see, so yeah, we are seeing adaptive picker under fragments. Okay. So now we just need to drag and drop here. Okay. So we'll go to code mode, and then we'll place this adaptive picker in between the template. Okay. So we'll just adjust this. So our uh, adaptive picker should be within the template. Okay, fine. So usually this it should show this component preview. So it looks like it is loading, but we can also work with directly code. So if we highlight on this VB OJ VB fragment, so we will see all the properties related to this adaptive picker. Okay. So we can give the ID name, something like primary partner. Okay. Okay, without spaces. So this is just a ID for uh, this component. So there is no naming convention for this. Just without spaces, we need to give the ID. Now, so so this is an empty adaptive picker, right? So we need to configure. Uh, let's say like what values we need, what fields we need to display in the uh, adaptive picker, and all that we need to mention here. So the first parameter is input parameters or input parameters. Under input parameters, we have columns. Columns, display name, dynamic layout content, entity name, filter criteria. So these are all the parameters and for this adaptive picker. So to add a column, so we need to click plus here and we need to add the column here. So the first column is we have uh, uh, organization name. Okay. So these columns we should actually refer from the workspace setup. Now, if we go to so most of the fields will be available in REST also, but this is actually referring the workspace setup. So these fields are actually referring the workspace setup. So to go to most of the fields will be available directly. So we can also add directly the REST API fields. But to add collections or collection fields, so we need to go to configure adaptive uh, search, and then we can refer those fields. So we are creating this template for partner, right? So we need to add partner related fields to the list. Okay. So here, so this field should be like partner name, partner primary address, partner primary contact if available, or partner email address, partner URL. So these fields we need to add here. So search for the partner and select the names. So use this field. So for the organization name, we can use organization name or party name also. So I'm using organization name as my first field. Then second field as primary. We'll select some primary address. So primary address is a child object, right? So we select this primary address dot. So if we expand this primary address or address, so we get this fields inside address. So to get primary address inside fields, we go to address, and then we take the formatted address dot primary formatted address. Similarly, we'll take a few other fields like partner emails. So this is also available as primary email, and then email address. So email address. So the collection name for this is primary email. We also consider the owner field as owner. Okay. So display name, we can leave it as blank. the entity name and dynamic layout context also we can keep the default value. So entity name, we should give the partner entity name. So where we can get the entity name is if we go to the REST API and latest search resources slash latest slash entities. So we get this entity name. So here, if we search for partner, so we get partner. In place of account, we get partner. Okay, so we get the entity name from this. So we can refer the so from this endpoint. So we take this partner entity name and we'll use here. And we don't need any filter criteria right now, and get back list, get back attribute list also not needed at this time. And the ID field is the field name that we just use it to create this adaptive picker. So this is primary partner underscore ID underscore C. And the key is party ID. So this is the key for partner. Okay. And label hint we take from the field label name. So that is from metadata we will take metadata dot label hint. And limit default limit is 10. So this is okay for us. And if we enable uh, smart list, so the defined smart list will get displayed here. And if we also include the default save it search, so the default search will be applied to this to this adaptive picker. So now we'll just preview the results. Okay. So we added own the partner next to the owner, right? So so if we observe primary partner, um, so we see all the list of smart searches here. Okay, and the default one is applied to the adaptive picker. So if we open, so we added organization name and primary address and primary email, owner. So owner is not rendering properly. So uh, okay, so we'll remove this. And if we enable is create enabled, so we get the smart action to create a new record. So this also need to configure a little bit create to navigate to create screen. So now if we preview after enabling the create new record, so we get this action, right? And then also from here, so we can just uh, uh, enter some values, and then we can search. So we can also search based on the primary address or right. So suppose like if I have the pin code 98102. Okay, so we get that accounts. Okay, 98102 is highlighted here with this result, or similar results. 9810 uh, is matching, so it displays these values. So here additionally we are getting this column. So we need to check why this is coming, but we added only these three fields. Okay, so this is how we can add the uh, DCL related fields to the search area. Okay, so now we configure, we just enabled create primary partner create action, but if we click on this, it doesn't do anything. So we need to specify that navigation. Again, we click on this VB fragment. Okay, then we go to events, and here we click on new record create event. So then we get navigation. So then we navigate to navigate, we need to use this navigate to application. Just drag and drop this component, and then select the app UI. So app UI is digital sales. Then select the flow. Flow is my customers. So under my customers, we need to go to the partners page. Okay, so partners is not yet enabled, so we don't see this uh, action here. So instead of that, I'm just using this create account. But if partner is enabled in digital sales, so we need to select this create partner flow. Okay. So now if we preview, so now it take us to the account creation page. But it should be the if we build a new custom page, custom create page for partner, then we should add that. So if we see this, so this takes us to the create account page. So in real time, it should be partner. So this is how we can configure the adaptive picker or dynamic choice list in digital sales.